What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, we've got some really interesting stories today from a really credible source, Roger Warstu. And if you know who Roger is, you know this is pretty much factual because I know who he is. And also the fact that he got everything right about EndGame, Infinity War, Thor 3, 6 to 7 months, near enough a year before it came out. And people are like, he just goes to test screeners. No, because Marvel don't do test screeners, so that doesn't even make sense. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. At the 100,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away something pretty darn cool. And the difference about this channel, guys, is the competitions are real. I've given away endless Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlets. You know, the one that light up, the one like kind of like the one that Thanos had. Pretty cool. And when I do a competition, the winner always sends me a picture, blah, blah, blah. And then we stick it on the website, on Instagram, and everything else. Warstu GG on Twitter, Warstu on Instagram. So let's get into this video. So Roger, yeah, he's a pretty credible guy. Credible. I don't need to keep saying that, but he is. So what he's saying about Spider-Man 3 is pretty obviously true, but we know the way Spider-Man Far From Home ended, that Spider-Man is on the run. So he says, Spider-Man 3, Spidey's on the run from the government, hunters and vengeful villains. Now, what's interesting here is he said Donald Glover is in talks to suit up as the Prowler. Now, as you know, he's an American actor. You should know that. He was into Spideyverse. You should kind of know that. And he's pretty well known. But what roles has he done before? He was even the voice of Simba in The Lion King, which is pretty darn awesome. So he was in Spider-Man Homecoming as Aaron Davis, I believe. Guys, you know me, I freestyle, I don't have any notes. So yeah, he's well known in Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure in Ultimate Spider-Man a few years back, maybe 2015-ish, he was the voice of Miles Morales there. So it is interesting. We'll come back to him being Miles Morales, but it says he's going to be the Prowler in this context. Tom Hardy, Eddie Brock returns to New York, inadvertently crossing paths with Spider-Man. Now, we know this is true because basically, in order for Disney Marvel to get the new deal, basically Tom Holland, Spider-Man, had to cross over to the Sonyverse for Morbius, for Venom and other things. So we know this is factually true. So it sounds pretty cool. So like everyone keeps saying, and I'm pretty sure your boy Warstu said it before anyone, that Venom will be in Spider-Man 3. But it is interesting, guys. We know even Kevin Feige himself has literally said it, that he is the only superhero that can cross the multiverse. Well, that's factually incorrect because Vulture is in the Morbius trailer, unless Sony's being really weird with marketing, but I don't think they are. Then he also went on to say the other day, Sony wants to collaborate with Disney on a multitude of projects, but Disney has its eyes set on the prize of Miles Morales' Sirius Disney Plus. Now, I don't know exactly how the contract works because I'm not Disney and Sony, and I don't have the contract in front of me, but Sony own the rights to the Spider-Man universe, Spider-Man, anything linked to Spider-Man, Spider-Man villains, over 9,000 characters in the movies. Now, some people get confused and think that Sony own everything to do with Spider-Man because they got Spider-Man PS4 exclusivity deal. That's just to do with Marvel gaming, really. It's not, they don't really have it. It's a conversation. It's an agreement. So if Disney do want to do that, they don't really need any permission from Sony, I don't believe, at least. So that's all the news we've got for now, guys. There is some other news as well. One of them saying Fantastic Four was one of the projects John Watts was being considered for during the Disney-Sony shakeup. And there's a bunch of other stuff, but I think we've been over it before. Yeah, it's the Wolverine project. So if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos, guys. So guys, let me know down below what's going on. Do you like Spider-Man 3? Do you want Eddie Brock to be in it? Do you want Donald Glover to be Prowler? Although everyone wants him to be a live-action version of Miles Morales, but it doesn't really say much information. Like I said, guys, Roger Warstu is one of the most reliable, at least more reliable than all the Twitter influencers or social media scoopers, because Roger's pretty much got a factual correct record. And he doesn't talk about trailer release dates or anything like that at all. He just talks about news. Doesn't go on about when said trailer's coming out or when they're starting to shoot. He just talks about plot points and stories. Doesn't go on about when they're starting to shoot, when a trailer's coming, and all that bad stuff. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.